the other day on one of those weird like 3 o'clock in the morning like surrealist subreddits that I go on.
Oh, nice.
That it was just some like old fat guy. It was like a 1 minute long video, and he's just yelling at the camera. He goes, "I don't care what any of you motherfuckers say. Bring back them goddamn Quaaludes. That was the best experience I ever had in my life."
Holy shit.
Like,
Dear Lord.
That'd be a
That
hell
is
of
a
a
good
cold
cold
open.
open.
Yeah.
bring back
Exactly.
the
Dear
people want
Lord.
them Quaaludes.
Episode 100, the gang tries Quaaludes.
Oh, I'm down. We're doing it.
Are we recording? Then speaking of Soviet unions, welcome to episode 7.
Bro,
What?
Okay, I was gonna so listen.
Oh shit, we're on. Sorry, my bad.
I was gonna introduce what I was gonna talk about, and then I was gonna talk about the episode, and then I forgot what episode we were on. So episode 7.
Oh.
Welcoming back Gina Darling.
Hi.
Hey, welcome back as our first ever returning guest.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I know.
Thank you. That means all of you guys who have been on the show without me, you guys fucking suck. I'm the best guest. Whoever you are. I've watched all the episodes.
Exactly.
I'm not saying that
You brought on
Scott
a sister
Custa
back.
brought our numbers down,
Mm.
but I think Gina's gonna bring all the people back.
Thank you.
I
Fuck
agree.
you, Scott.
Exclude.
Bro.
Fuck you, Scott. But
he
everybody
nice?
in the black community.
Is he nice? Oh, he's really
Welcome
nice.
back,
I'm sorry.
Gina Darling, everybody. Everyone in the black
Hello.
community. There we go.
Thank you. I'm still celebrating our month.
Yep, it's our month.
Yeah.
Let's talk about someone who isn't celebrating his month. What happened to the damn cornrows?
Oh! Let's just say LA just decided to start spitting on my head.
People pay good money for that.
No, we have to talk about it in full length because I feel like last week you hyped it up.
Yes.
He hyped it up,
I
Gina.
did hype it up.
He
Wait,
was
what do you mean last week? So you had braids for like 2 hours?
For a week!
Oh,
All right, for a week!
It just happened to be between the 2 episodes.
Yes, literally in between both last episode and this episode.
Got
so
it.
not even a full week. I had the cornrows, and then I went outside. LA started raining every day, where I left my umbrella at a friend's house at the New Year's party, so I didn't have that. I was too lazy to get a new umbrella. I didn't have that. Every time I went out the house, I forgot to bring a hoodie so I can cover my hair. Didn't have that. So I just had one of the frizziest fucking worst goddamn maintained cornrows of a lifetime. After telling literally everybody, this time will be different, I will maintain it. I didn't have the tools to stop the fucking planet at spitting at my head.
Hey, man, I stole an umbrella from Ovilee like 4 years ago. I'm more than happy to lend it to you.
Yeah.
next
I would
time you
appreciate
need
that.
You
you know, I
stole
think-
an umbrella from me?
Yeah, you brought one over to my house and left it there, and I didn't tell you because I don't have an umbrella, so I figured it might be useful for later. It's like this green one with yellow polka dots on it or some shit.
Yeah, if you think about it, it's technically your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You should have kept that umbrella, but you
Mhm.
didn't want it.
You could have gave
I-
it to Raz.
I have been holding a jacket over my head for the past few weeks.
And you have no one else
Sounds
to blame
like
but
you
yourself.
should get an
Yeah.
umbrella.
This is bull. Ian, producer Ian, why don't you demonstrate? How long ago did you get your cornrows put in?
These ones were what day is today?
Today's
5 days ago.
Ah.
Oh,
So that
see,
was
there
like
we
what,
go.
2 days after Raz got his? Yours look good. Raz took his out. So what
Look,
did you
he
do
is a
differently?
professional.
I cover it.
Yeah.
I protect it from the rain. That's a big one.
I'll let you know that the do-rag has been successful for me. I've been rocking the do-rag for a while. There have been times where I've been sleeping without him, though.
Oh,
What
Remember I was at
happens-
your place?
yep.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't sleep. I didn't sleep. I went home, went on my PC.
You were
And then
asleep
slept
on my
on my
couch for
chair.
like you were asleep on my couch for like 3 hours, dude. You didn't sleep the whole night there, but you
Oh
were
my
definitely
gosh.
passed out for the second half of that small
Look,
movie.
it happens, all right? Look, it happens.
What happens to your our hair if we don't
Of course.
sleep with,
All right.
if we don't sleep with the do rag? What happens to our hair?
Look, it may get a little frizzy,
Okay.
to a lot of frizzy.
Mm.
So you want to contain that so you can have something as clean cut as his.
So this basically will close up.
Oh.
It'll start to go back to being. Sorry, it'll start to go back to being like one head of hair.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. I mean, I knew that. Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
exactly.
Of course. Did you see? Do you guys know who Blessing is?
Blessing.
No.
Blessing. He works with Greg Miller and Kind of Funny Games. He used to be on IGN, but he did this really great piece today. It was like 15 minutes long on like the history of black hair in gaming. Because he's going through like all of these different games. Like you have Animal Crossing, which added in like the poof balls and then cornrows and all these other games.
Oh.
And then you still have games like Elden Ring, where you come out and it's just like
Oh, yeah.
Japanese looking hair,
Yeah.
but with black skin tone. And he actually he has like a really good video of it. I got halfway through where he starts asking like a bunch of game devs and stuff their experiences with trying to program and shit. So it's good. I highly recommend that everyone go watch it. But I asked because of your fucking hair, you changed it.
Look, to be fair, that conversation reminds me of every MMO that I've played where I'm like, come on, man, I want to give my goddamn hair.
You don't want edgy anime boy cut?
Yes, sometimes they'll add something specifically if you are going to go darker skin tone, but it's like, oh, long, flowing, luscious hair, and then randomly, gigantic afro. I'm like, is there nothing in the middle?
Well, okay, so this is not me defending it, but
Oh, here we go.
Sounds like you're
Alright,
about to
here we
defend
go.
it,
I'm
dude.
ready.
Yeah, you
This
should
is
probably get
not-
ahead of this already. Come on.
no, it's
Yeah.
not me defending it. But
But
it's the same thing as like when emojis were first coming out and everyone was like, why are they all yellow colored or why are they all like pale colored or something? And it's because motherfucker, they originated from Japan. Japan was the one who was using like all the emojis to
Oh.
actually, because they would just send it instead of, kanji and all the hiragana and stuff because it was just easier. So then people started going like, emojis are fucking racist. And it's like, no, just Japan. No one's seen a black person before.
That's
All right, well,
fair.
in that case, we got to give praise to GTA because holy crap, there's so many different hairstyles, like black hairstyles for GTA. I remember recently I had to do a what do you call it, like a consultant whatever for a video game character. It's Asian, and I was like, hey, let's remove that purple streak in her hair.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
They knife chowed it.
Yeah.
That's
so,
incredible.
mhm,
Asian
Mhm.
character, you must have a highlight.
Mhm.
That's it.
yeah.
Mhm.
But but in GTA, like your black character has like 52 different hairstyles. I'm like, this is cool.
Thank
I'm
God.
pale as a ghost in that game, but like it'll pull up like a giant afro for me, and I'm like, no.
Do it. Do it. Look,
My
you have the certification.
That's true.
That's it.
That's true.
You
I'm
can do
1/18th black.
There it is.
Thank you.
You got 2 cosigns right here. You're fine. Just go.
much. Thank you.
Officially invited to the barbecue.
Yay!
There it is.
the
The
cookout.
cookout.
The
The barbecue
cookout.
cookout. Oh.
You're not invited to the cookout.
Yeah, I
You can
see.
come to the
You never
barbecue.
correct him.
See,
Don't
there
ever
it is.
correct him.
Exactly. You are.
Cookouts.
What you are? You're petri dish black.
Oh.
What does
See,
that
just
mean?
A little bit of a droplet of black in her jeans.
And I will hold on to that with
There
an
it is.
iron grip.
Just like the
alright?
milliliter, the dropper.
Yes, just a whoop, and that's your blackness. That's it.
Ian explained the difference of Irish black to me a couple weeks ago.
What?
What is that? Are we not allowed to say that? Is that racist?
No. Black Irish. It's different than Irish.
I don't understand what it was.
What's
Okay,
black
explain it.
Irish?
Pierce Brosnan.
I don't know who that is.
Anybody?
No,
Dark.
it's like an Irish guy that like if he was
Dark.
meant to be black.
No.
Oh.
Dark features, right?
Oh.
Rather than blonde or ginger.
Okay.
Black Irish. Darker features.
Okay,
Oh.
I can see that.
I
don't
don't,
know. Who
I'm
that
not exactly Black Irish.
is. Are you close to Black Irish?
Close enough.
That's incredible. Your thoughts, Flowers?
I still just don't understand the concept. Look, I'm gonna be straight with you guys. Whenever the conversations go to race stuff or sex stuff, I sit here and I nod. I'll throw a grin out.
Good.
Maybe you'll laugh at some of the jokes.
Yep.
I,
Good.
it
But
is
don't
in my
laugh too
best
hard.
interest to shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Don't
Because
laugh too hard.
This is the internet. I ain't doing it. No.
Because you're both racist and sexist?
Absolutely.
Are you Black Ohio?
Are you Black Ohio?
I'm gonna sit here.
okay.
Speaking of the Soviet Union, has anyone played Atomic Heart?
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Have you seen it?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Like 5 seconds and then I clicked out.
Okay, Gina, what would draw you to the game is
Okay.
what drawed me to the game.
Oh boy, here we go.
It's
horny
essentially
shit.
like
Yeah, it's gonna
Bioshock,
be horny shit.
but there's
Oh.
these 2 robot twin giant mommy milker robo
What'd I say?
mommies with stilettos that just
Okay.
like extend out and they're like pointy to like kill people with.
What's it called?
It's called Atomic Heart. And I'm gonna say this right now.
Here we
I
go.
don't recommend the game. It fucking sucks.
Oh.
I couldn't get past the first 15 minutes
Yeah.
because the dialogue and the writing is just so god awful.
Oh.
Where the main character talks to himself and talks to the people around him. Like he's a grown man living in his mom's basement who yells at his mom for buying the wrong flavor of Pop-Tarts. Like
My ex-boyfriend?
It's actually
These are the women?
That's
yeah. They're literally just like horny bait. Yeah.
They get
But-
me.
No, it's actually kind of wild
my
because I read the same stuff that you're talking about,
Yeah.
where apparently the guy is just insufferable as a main character, and it's kind of funny to me because this is a AAA title, right? Like this is a big production game that a lot of people were hyped up about.
Is it AAA?
Oh, it's a triple A, really?
I know that okay, so I'm not good at differentiating like exactly what the difference between double and triple is.
Wait.
I sniffed my phone because of this picture right here. Look at this.
Look at it.
It's a low shot. It's a very low shot of the
Yep.
one of the robot chicks. Yeah.
It's a robot.
Yeah.
It smells
Like,
like,
I'm just saying.
WD-40. I love it. Comes with her own lube.
Oh, there we go. Look, if she's rusted, I can unrust her.
If she's rusted, I'm interested.
Oh, there it is. Exactly.
Women's Month.
Yay!
Not yet. They still don't have rights.
Sorry.
By the time this comes out,
Okay. Flowers.
I don't even remember what I was gonna say. Fuck it.
You were
Let's roll.
talking about the AAA titles. and
I don't know, dude. I lost it. It's all good. We're chilling.
I
We're
love you,
chilling.
Flowers.
We'll just keep rocking and
I love
rolling.
It,
It's all
well,
good.
it was gonna roll into. Have you guys played Bioshock?
Yeah.
Like the entirety
I
of
played.
love
I played
Bioshock.
Infinite. I never played the first two.
The Infinite was the worst one.
Really?
Oh,
I
yeah.
enjoyed it.
100% the worst one. Here, I have a fucking rant about this.
I
alright?
would love to hear it.
Buckle up, motherfuckers. I know
would
about
love to hear
video
it.
games. I'm a huge fan of Bioshock. All right? I love it so much. First one, fantastic. Second one, almost as good. Infinite, when it was first announced at all the keynotes, it looked amazing. Elizabeth can tear fucking dinosaurs, New York City cab cars, into the future, into the past if she wanted to. It was remarkable. I loved it. I was looking forward to it. The beginning scene, welcome to...
Rapture.
No. In the third one. Welcome to...
Olympic? No, not.
No. All right.
I'll look it up. You continue.
Yeah. That first scene was breathtaking. I saw it. I had to gasp for air because it looked
Oh,
incredible.
like when you first enter the city.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it was great. And then you start playing it a little bit more. It's fucking 62 fucking hours of Booker catch as she fucking flings a coin at you. And when she starts ripping things, you're like, okay, here comes the dinosaurs. No, it's a fucking hook. Cool, you can hook, like you can rip like 17 hooks, but where's the future? Where's the past? Where's my New York City cab? Where's the fucking hot dogs that's supposed to be flung
You
at my
sound like
face?
you got giga-baited by a trailer, dude.
The fucking whole entire keynote. I wanted to see.
There's a reason I don't
so
watch
much
that
more.
shit. Because it's never honest to what the game actually
get
is. I can't remember the last time I saw a game trailer that had any fucking thing to do with what the actual game.
Okay, look, when I first saw the Final Fantasy VII remake keynote, I was sweating profusely for a week, and it was all worth it at the end, okay? I lost my voice screaming at my fucking tiny 13-inch MacBook laptop at the time, okay? It was the best ever, and it lived up to it. However, Infinite, and there's going to be so many people that hate on me for this. Infinite is so fucking good. Get fucked. It's not good, all right? Like it was decent, but it wasn't good. I expected so much more. It was like that movie or that game Watch Dogs. Get fucked. Not good.
So my biggest problem with BioShock Infinite is it was actually just so short. Like I'm a big fan of like RPGs, like loot type games, big open world games, like stuff that I can play for a long amount of time. I cleared everything in BioShock Infinite in 13 hours. I'm like, there's just not enough in the game for me. That's actually one of the things that turned me away from a lot of like modern AAA games in general in the past few years. It just feels like every game that has a story's 7 hours, bro. Like you're done in a day.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
But speaking of stories, I recently got addicted to this game who like it just seems unending and I'm enjoying every single fucking second
you
of it.
gotta
I
tell me
love
what
it
it is.
so much. Hades.
Oh, have you not?
Yeah.
You hadn't played that before. You're only
I
just now discovering it.
Yeah, I started it in November.
Wait. I just want to say I haven't finished it.
Okay.
Please, no,
No worries.
spoily words.
Yeah.
I thought I
no
finished
spoilies.
it with credits and all, and then it turned. Never mind.
So here, I will. I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is not a spoiler.
Yeah,
I
it's not a
promise.
spoiler. None of that was
So
a spoiler.
even after, for the first time, you successfully clear every floor and get a victory, the story is not done. You need to clear it 9 or 10 times to get the entirety
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
story. So that's, I take it where you're at, is you were like, wait, I thought I beat it, but now I'm
Yeah.
also experiencing more content that I hadn't already done.
This is one of the most glorious games I've ever played in my life, and has immediately joined probably like my top 5 games ever.
Wow.
I'm so massively in love with it. There's so much to do, and I'm totally not playing it because the gods are hot as shit.
I knew
So
she was
I was
gonna say that.
about
yes.
to say, the thing that actually hurt me the most with Hades is the thing that I'm pretty sure this whole couch is going to flame me for. I was super into this game for a long time. Like I played it back in early closed beta when Meg could 2-shot you instead of like 10-shot you. Like
okay.
I played a lot of this game. The thing that turned me away from it is the fucking community. because the community is not even about the game. They all just want to fuck the characters. And I'm like, will you shut up for 3 seconds so we can discuss which boons are actually better to take instead of which god's titties you want to slurp on more?
So you're
Like,
homophobic.
Can't we talk about both?
So he's homophobic.
No, they don't. They
Porque
only
no los
talk about how
dos?
hot everybody is.
Really?
They are degenerate.
I'm on the Reddit and it seemed pretty helpful. With the fan art.
It's it's all horny fan art, bro.
But
I'm
you
like,
can't.
I'm just trying to vibe.
You can't hate the content because of the fans. You can't be like,
Oh,
"Ooh,
I
would vibe with
definitely-
Bieber," except for the fans,
Bro,
or the K-pop fans. Do you like K-pop music?
No.
Is it because of the music or the fans?
Both.
And racist.
And racist. Yeah, that's pretty racist. Racist. Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
But that
So
became
far-
one of my most favorite games
It's an
ever.
awesome game.
It's good.
It is
It's
awesome.
insane.
I can't get past the fucking Minotaur and
Oh god, I still hate that fight
Oh yeah,
so
I remember you
much.
telling me
I-
about this.
Theseus
the
and
Act 3 fight.
Asterius?
You
Yeah.
kiss my
Yeah.
ass every time.
And I messaged Medic because Medic is our buddy Medic, who's a caster in the LEC, which is like the European version of LCS. He has
Lukewarm
the
cat semen.
Yeah, or Lek. They
Exactly.
love Lek.
Lek.
LEC
My balls. Lick my
Lick
balls.
my balls.
Lukewarm eels.
Yes.
Come.
Yes. But
Lukewarm eel can't come. Yep. Mhm, got
Medic has a world record for Hades speedruns.
it.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
he
I
doesn't
asked
hold
him.
it currently. He had it for 3 months though.
Okay, still pretty good.
Wait, like, what does a speed run mean? Like,
So
from first to last fight?
the way that it works is you have
spoil.
to start a run under certain conditions. Like, you know how you
Okay.
can add like the
Yes.
pacts and stuff.
Mhm.
So there's different categories depending on which pacts you have. They also separate the categories by which weapon you use. So like the speed run for bow is different with the speed run from sword or whatever.
Interesting.
He did the speed run for what at the time, I believe he did it with bow, and I believe it was the one that was the most widely played at the time because it was considered the best.
Mm.
And I think his time was somewhere around 4 or 5 minutes clearing the entire game. Like it's now granted, this isn't real time. It like the clock stops during the loading screens.
Right. Oh,
so,
so that
so it's
pack-
like
okay.
like during the loading screen, you're not wasting the 10 seconds that it takes
Okay.
to go to the next zone. But in terms of his actual time in action combat, he clears the whole game in about 5 minutes
Follow-up question, sir.
in the front.
Does this person still have possession of their virginity?
Oh, come on, dude. It's Medic. My boy fucks. Come on. I got you, Medic.
Bang.
For some
Good
reason.
job. So you fuck and you can speed run Hades?
Yeah.
And-
that's some big dick energy, dude.
And he was a doctor.
Still is a doctor,
Holy shit!
but it doesn't do anything.
Whoa, that's actually dope.
Right?
I
Okay, first of all, hold on. Let me fucking.
So he gets inside of
Hey,
people in both
zoom in.
ways.
Zoom in on my camera. Hey,
Zoom in.
hey, shout out to Medic. Cool, whatever. So you're telling me that you, 1, can speedrun Hades, 2, actually fuck, and you were a doctor? Listen, bitch. All right. It's either you're a nerd or you're a video game geek, all right? Pick one struggle, bitch. You can't have both. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Double dipping.
Is he Asian?
no
Oh.
British.
Yeah.
European.
Oh, and you have a fucking accent? Get fucked. Oh my god. Fuck you, dude.
he's also jacked.
Oh, get fucked. And you go to the gym, you'll fuck this guy.
He fucks, I mean.
Oh my god.
True.
And he has,
Facts.
now he has long flowing hair.
Yeah.
Did he cut it? No, he still has
No,
long
it's still
flowing
long.
hair.
What do
It's
I
still-
Google?
Medic casts.
His name is Aaron Chamberlain. His actual.
I forgot that. I forget people's
Oh,
names
and he's
sometimes.
Googleable? Get
Yeah,
fucked,
look at
bitch.
that.
Like,
Look
We're all Googleable.
Look at him. Yes.
Yes, he's hot. He's hot.
no,
That's
this guy,
right.
no. God is fair.
That's not fair.
God is fair. This bitch has webbed toes or something.
There it is.
There's no fucking way, dude. Like
He's
he
too
probably
hot.
he can't pronounce proper words or something. There has to be something.
Oh, he can't pronounce his R's.
There it is. See?
Yes.
Oh, my name is Medic and I love video games. Like, yeah. So he's one of those.
Wait, no, he's self-conscious about that.
Gina, don't be a dick,
Gina,
dude.
don't be mean.
Gina, you're being rude.
That's really
You know, up
mean.
until that
you.
comment, up until that comment, you
else.
probably could have asked him for some Hades help, but now he just knows that you're being a dick.
No, then fuck you. You have everything else. You deserve to have at least one flaw. Okay, you have all the best boons.
Exactly.
All right.
And
Look at-
apparently
well,
he's
fuck
incapable
you.
of saying the hard R. That's a buff.
Wait,
That's a strength.
Actually, the
Wait,
no
hold
R.
on now. I don't. Now, Raz, hold on 1 second. I don't think that's.
That's a
I don't-
buff
How
right
would
there.
it sound?
I don't think that's the direction the conversation was initially
Hey,
headed.
Raz, how would it sound if you can't pronounce the R's when you're saying a hard R?
You want me to say it? This is your show. Give me the pass.
It's your show
Oh, okay. Okay, join the
I
Patreon.
disappeared, so I can't be in the
Join the Patreon to hear it.
So Flowers, for the folks who have not beat Hades, what talents would you suggest for a first time run?
So
it's a roguelike.
so it's roguelike, but the big thing to remember is like as you complete runs, you get like the darkness tokens that you can use for the permanent upgrades that will affect all your subsequent runs.
Yeah.
The ones that give you things like after the first time you die, you come back to life with half health.
Yes.
That kind of stuff makes all the subsequent runs super easy compared to if you do not have them. So I would say that when you're looking at those sorts of upgrades, like depending on what weapons you get, that kind of stuff, fiddle around, see what you like. There's a bunch of different ways you can play the game. But in terms of those passive upgrades, the ones that usually have like the smallest amount of points you can put into them, like some things you can put into 4 levels, some things you only get 1. Usually if something only has 1 level, it's probably really broken. So you put the 1 level in the broken thing, and then you have it, and now you have a free res or something. So that's the way I went about doing it back when I played in the beta and all that stuff, and that's how I initially like went through the game back before there was any online knowledge of it. So that's what I would suggest. But I'm also not a world champ speedrunner, so my shit might be entirely wrong. I'm not sure.
The sword that heals you by 2 points every time you hit someone is so fucking OP. I love it. That was
Gina's found her style.
Yeah. So that one was probably my first run that the first time I actually escaped. I'm a huge fan of Athena's boons, the ones that deflect.
Divine Dash?
Yeah, Divine Dash is fantastic. And then at first I didn't really like Athena's call, but then I realized that bitch is strong, dude. She's so strong. So and of course Athena was the first one that I maxed out.
Of course.
There you go.
100%.
Gotta have loyalty. Yeah.
100 and
Gotta have loyalty.
And she could get it.
Yeah,
Yes, she can.
her
And Artemis. Artemis can get it
Really?
too. Oh yeah.
Oh.
I like tomboys.
Aries is my shit.
Who's the god of love?
Of course.
Aphrodite. Speaking of titties, I recently achieved perfecting my magnum opus. If you guys have followed me on Twitter, this is probably the greatest tweet of my life.
I
It
need
has
this.
millions
What is
of views now. Okay, let me read this shit out real quick, all right?
Okay, I'm ready.
It's been going on for the last 2 days now, and it still hasn't stopped. One night, I think it was like in the middle of the night, I'm like, let me just tweet this and see what happens. I said, oh, fuck me, hold on. Hey, Threshy.
He's vibing.
All right.
How you doing, Thresh? I tweeted, I can't believe I've never seen a hot girl with tons of tattoos. Tats on girls are so fugly. No girl looks good with tats. If you're a girl with ink, you better not reply to this tweet with a photo. Gross. I don't want to see any hot girls with tats in my replies. Don't you dare, side eye.
How many replies are you up to?
1,048 replies.
Oh!
What-
Spoils of war.
2.9 million views.
What the fuck?
And now my replies section on Twitter is just all titties. All tattoos, half naked. Follow my OnlyFans. I'm like, and then I would reply to their tweets of their photos because they'll send in photos of them just, look at this. Look at this.
Oh my god.
We can't show it to the stream.
can't show it to the stream.
show it to the stream,
So
but they could look it up for themselves.
They'll send me like almost half naked pictures of them with tattoos, and I'll be like, ugh.
Disgusting.
Tatted girls with a cool sense of style are my nightmare. You better not have more pictures that make you feel confident and beautiful and help you bring in income to support your dreams, or I'm going to be so mad it's going to make me so angry and ruin my day. Angry face, side eye. Angry face, heart.
Oh my god.
Angry face. And it's just, there's just so many. There's just so many. And that was the greatest tweet of my life. The greatest bait ever. Thank you very much.
Everyone watching this episode are taking notes, and no one's gonna succeed.
No, I was gonna say
Yeah.
you're gonna have a bunch of accounts that got 30 followers and no profile picture, tweeting about how, man, I don't want to see any pictures and no hot girls or nothing. They're gonna come back 3 hours later. The tweet's gonna display 14 views, no likes, no comments, and they're gonna be like,
No
all right,
bitches.
thanks for listening to me, guys. Appreciate that.
I will say, Ovilee naturally gets them anytime she tweets. She'll just get porn bots.
They're so
Every
obnoxious.
time.
Every tweet that I have that you're tagged in.
Really? You have
Every
to?
fucking
Yeah,
time.
no, it's her. She's the magnet.
Yeah, a
Anything
year
that
later.
Ovilee is tagged in, there is some guy out there who owns a porn botnet and has targeted you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because every single time I interact with anything, like it could literally be like this past weekend, Ovilee's on the LCS. There's like a tweet with Ovilee's on the show now with Raz and Captain Flowers. And so what do I scroll down and see here? Oh, Petra Kovachinka Bubia
Yeah.
comments, me like to hang out with you lonely, question mark.
Is
And
anyone
I'm
else
like,
lonely?
That's not a real person.
So
And then I check the profiles and you look. Don't check the profiles.
Yeah.
Just don't check the profiles.
Every time I get a notification for them, I'm like, what the fuck did they respond to? It's always a tweet with
It's
Ovilee.
Ovilee.
Yes.
okay,
Yeah.
so listen, they started popping up sometime around last year. And I think it was because I started tweeting things like, I'm lonely and depressed.
Oh no!
And then they started asking me, hey, are you lonely and depressed? And I was like, well, you're not wrong, but I'm still not going to buy your services.
Yeah.
So now I've just been muting and blocking them.
So they're banking off your sadness.
There are millions. You'll never block them all.
I mean,
capitalism as
what
its
the fuck
finest.
is Elon Musk doing?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Right?
He's
Your porn bots. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Actually, not. That doesn't sound like a bad future.
Raz, you know they are not attached to real chicks, right?
Look, year 3000, all our interactions will just be with robots because we are so socially inept that we cannot talk to actual people.
Wait,
Are you
wait,
trying
wait,
to
wait,
bang
wait.
the robots from that video game Ovilee was talking about? You saw that screenshot and now it's in your head?
they don't have
They're
vaginas.
real.
Can't get pregnant.
Huh?
True, they get pregnant. That's already a positive.
Okay, wait. Oh shit, what was I gonna say? I just forgot it. Oh yeah, I remember. Did you see the controversy is maybe not the right word, the news surrounding the AI app that was on people's phones where it was like a chat partner and it was all
It got racist.
funded by AI? Well, it always gets racist, but this one didn't. So
Oh,
this
thank
one
God.
was just like it was like a AI service that you had in your phone and it basically gave you someone to talk to. So it'd basically be like your friends. You'd be like, I had a rough day, and they'd say, what's wrong? And then you'd go back and forth.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people started training it to be sexual. And
Oh,
so
no.
the
Of
thing
course.
is, so they would go back and forth, like I think like cybering or whatever, but it's
Yeah.
fine. Like it would be, that was like the adult usage for it. Like I
Yes.
think there was an age range in order to use it anyways. Well, anyways, I think like it was some country, maybe Australia or one in Europe, who basically was like, hey, we don't allow this shit. So the app creator had to go back and remove all sexual and all kind of like makey outy, like anything that was considered intimate
Yeah.
past just a normal relationship, like miss you, love you type thing. And a huge chunk of the user base started reporting that they were feeling like legitimately depressed because they were mourning the legitimate loss of a loved one. Because if you think about it, don't laugh. If you think about it, this is someone that they had been building a relationship with, someone that they could speak with on a daily basis for like the past few years. So to have something be immediately ripped away from you and they no longer because they had to remove bits of the AI, they no longer speak to you like they've been
Ah.
speaking with you.
They got friend zoned.
Yeah.
So
They're
They got
so they're
Mr.
mourning
Wilson.
loss.
Yeah.
They got Mr. Wilson.
Whoa.
I'm torn on this because on one hand I do feel for these people. Like if you're in a lonely enough spot that you're talking to these chat bots and like building what you presume is a serious relationship with a bunch of lines of code, like obviously you need some serious help. Like you're not in a very good place. On the other hand, this shit is crisscross fucked. Like the fact that we're making this crap that people can become dependent on, like that can bait people. It's like the final evolution. It's the level 36 Pokemon version of all them fucking weirdos on the internet that live in those what are they called? Parasocial relationships with streamers and whatever. They're like, oh, you know, I've been tier 3 on his channel for like
Yeah,
a year.
yeah,
We're
yeah.
pretty much best buddies now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like that evolved to level 99. And I'm like, there's got to be a stop to this eventually.
Yeah,
Like, we
it's-
got to put caps on this
So
shit, man.
I actually disagree. I feel
Okay.
like if this is an outlet that someone is choosing to use, maybe not the fully sexual parts or stuff like that, but if they're using it as a confidant or as this makeshift friend, where telling them has absolute, potentially no consequences on them. Because if they're going like, I want to come out as gay or I want to come out as trans or something, and they're going back and forth with this AI built chatbot or something, and they're providing them with potential resources that's been built in, where
Yeah.
it's like, hey, well, here is this line, here's Trevor Project, here's all of these different resources for you. I feel like someone having the opportunity to speak with an entity is better than not being able to share your problems or share your thoughts and feelings than anything at all.
I don't know. This is kind of a slippery slope for me because what's the difference between talking to an entity that doesn't really exist, like just talking in midair and you're just sitting there fucking talking to a corner of a wall, and a computer where you're just divulging too much and getting involved too much? I feel like there's some good might come out of it, but mostly judging, by how humans are, I'm thinking scams that they'll run against like old people to get even more money. I'm thinking like taking advantage of very, very vulnerable people, and it's gonna happen. You know?
Absolutely.
So I'd rather avoid it, because it seems like the way people are, they're gonna make terrible things with it. I'd rather not have that.
Yeah, I think it's fine as long as it's regulated. There's always the fear that an application that does this, that gets people too hooked in giving information, will be like, okay, perfect. We can use the information that this person is giving us has like ad data and sell it off to people. That happens a lot with certain applications, and this seems like the perfect way to do it. So as long as we regulate it so the company cannot do that and sell user data and basically take advantage of that individual, I think it's fine, because this kind of thing already exists right now. You mentioned basically Twitch Andes.
Parasocial relationships.
Parasocial Andes that do that on Twitch. That's one way of doing it, and people just will send how much of donations to people just because of their unhealthy relationship to somebody that doesn't know them. Another one is like, I have friends, we all have friends that are like that right now are sex workers on OnlyFans. And some of the messages you see from those people who are like trying to like get the attention of a sex worker like that is legitimately sad. There are some people out there that are like, yes, I am trying my hardest to connect with anybody, and I don't know how to do it. I'm extremely awkward or have some issue that is stopping me from really connecting with people that are around me. So I actually think the least harmful thing is an AI. And so I think as long as that exists and we make it so the corporation isn't taking advantage, I am happy with it. But yes, we got to do something to get people connected with society again.
Yeah, because that's basically what I think that we're in tune there, because when I think of it as, I also think of, okay, well, what about the phone sex lines or something?
That's true.
Right?
Bring 'em
Like,
back.
we don't, they still exist.
Rock
They
those
never
modern
left?
life.
Every night as a kid, I would be like, 2
Wait.
a.m.
You were you was on the phone sex lines every night as a child?
No, wait a minute. I didn't mean that.
Man, what?
I meant every night when I'm like watching my late night anime cartoons.
Oh, yeah.
And then it goes into the infomercial. It's like, are you 18 and living in this area?
I
where
saw
you're
one of my friends in those commercials once, and I was like, what the fuck?
Wait, like as one of the girls or as one of the dudes calling the girls?
That's one of the girls.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, there
I'm
it is.
assuming it's like just stock footage or whatever they paid her just to be in the video, and that's it. But I don't know if she actually did it or not. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. I didn't,
It gets
more power to you.
customers. My cousin from Ethiopia, when he came into the country in Canada, I started seeing him be like, oh yes, Barento, like this is a service that it's like he just heard about it and he was gonna connect. I was like, no, stop! It's not. It doesn't work. Like,
I mean,
Tinder
it works.
exists.
Oh no.
Tinder exists, please.
Holy crap. But see, there's the thing. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pose this question. Maybe Gina, maybe you'll get this.
Mm.
If there is a creepy guy out there, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say like creepy guy with malicious intentions.
Mhm.
I would much rather have that creepy guy with malicious intentions talking with a chat AI than being on Tinder.
Sure.
Than me thinking that someone's gonna try to go hook up with my girl Gina and hurt
Yes.
her.
Yes.
I don't want that.
Sure.
Let's take the people who have, like disrespectful takes on women, or who don't understand how to treat other human beings with respect or just kindness, right? Send them to the fucking chatbots.
Yeah.
Right? Send them to the fucking chatbots. If they're truly evil people, they're not going to reproduce, which is probably a good thing, and their bloodline will end with the chatbot.
So
Yeah, I will say just quickly that look, it's not all evil. I speak to Alexa, and sometimes I get too personal to Alexa.
man, what?
Sometimes, look, if Alexa doesn't give me the answer that I'm asking for, sometimes I say, fuck you, Alexa. Like, it's too easy to get personal with these bots. I'm just putting
It
that out
is. It is.
Yeah.
And this is why we don't have humans doing whatever they want without consequence. That's why laws were put
Raz.
in place.
God damn it, man.
I'm just saying, man. Like, Alexa's a person to me now.
So I was on LCS with them last
Yeah,
week.
I've been seeing tweets and stories of you guys. You were on someone's shoulder. Fucking people's faces
Oh
were
my
on your
God.
faces. I saw it and I was like, this is the most Ovilee looking thing, but I also am curious as to what this is.
I don't even
that
know
you
what
guys-
she's talking
I
about.
saw Bender in there. Like, I'm
'Cause
like, you know?
I only do the games. I don't even know what she's talking
He
about.
doesn't look at the content, so you missed their content.
I literally during LCS. I'm not even saying this as like a dig on Ovilee. I'm saying this as during an LCS day. It's so busy. Like between the games, I got to be running around, like hit the restroom, get ready for the next game, get whatever shit I need. I do not see any of our between game content. I never watch the analyst desk.
Yep.
I never watch the segments. Like I'm just busy doing my own shit. And so everything that Gina just described, I have no idea what you're talking about. Literally none of it.
Me too.
Flowers hates the LCS confirmed. But anyways,
How often do you guys have these LCS events?
so basically LCS happens every single week in a couple week chunks. So there's
Ah.
like 9 weeks for the regular split plus a couple weeks for playoffs and the
8.
finals. There's 8 weeks now? Okay,
For the
I've
regular
been
season.
okay. So
Okay,
so
so
here's
I'm
the full
just-
context.
I'm just saying that I'm unemployed now and I could do on the floor interviews like I did with Call of Duty. I'm just throwing it out there right now. Yeah. Shout out to LCS. Lemurs comes.
You should go for Valorant.
No, man,
instead.
fuck
Hey,
Valorant.
wait a
Valorant
minute. No,
instead.
come on to the LCS.
Fuck Valorant.
Yeah, fuck Valorant.
I want to be in LCS just so I can see.
Golden Boys and Valorant.
Golden Boy. Yeah. Wait. Well, no, he's okay. Yeah. I
Wait
wanna
a minute.
see
You can
guys.
see us.
Yes.
We're on the LCS. Don't you want to see us?
I helped her get that
Plus
drink,
Derek,
and I
plus
will not
Derek.
make the same mistake again.
There we go.
Plus Derek is there.
Just tuck it in there.
Okay, she's just gonna
tuck
there's
it
gonna
in
be
there.
broken glass
gonna
in my
sit
ass
on it.
later on tonight.
You're gonna have a bloody ass,
Bruh.
and you're gonna have a bloody glass-ridden chair.
I told Raz earlier, I'm like 3 glasses in because I refuse to be sober around any of you fuckers.
even me.
Yeah, because one, when I drink,
She thought she was immune.
Yeah, when I drink around you, I'm like, oh, that's good to be horny. It's more these two.
Oh,
I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna off myself.
Ah!
yeah. No,
What did
that's-
we do,
that's-
man?
That's pretty smart.
We
That's
didn't do
pretty smart.
shit.
Exist.
But anyways, talking about LCS on the
Yes.
caster's couch. No, so I casted a game with both of them for LCS. For
Let's
full
make
context.
sure that we all know that verb is used very loosely.
Okay, you know what? Let me just drop the full fucking context, okay? Okay,
I
let
just-
me
I
just
just
get
gotta
into the
establish-
fucking story.
I have to establish a baseline here.
All
It's
right,
true.
fine. Establish your baseline. So, Gina, it's basically been 3 years since I was last on the LCS. I joined the LCS in 2018 officially, and I was their little sideline reporter.
Mhm.
But that was like all I did.
Mm.
That was all that I was allowed to do.
Because they didn't know
basically.
your potential and how great you are.
I think they knew,
Mm.
but
They were
Uh,
intimidated.
yes. So I was there until I left for G4.
I'm so sorry.
I know.
Worst decision of your life.
I know.
You fucking idiot.
I know.
That pillow you guys gave me is still a fan favorite at the house, though.
True.
At least
That's
you have
good.
a pillow.
That weird beaver hand puppet pillow.
It's
Oh, Ratty?
Ratty.
Our boy
Ratty, the pillow
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
yeah. New guests to the house are always confused by it.
Yeah,
There
it's
it is.
fucking weird. It's like a hand puppet. So do G4 for a little bit, and then now I'm doing stuff with FlyQuest. Just a little bit, just a skosh, just a little bit.
Just for a couple hours.
I mean, that being said, I did learn a shit ton of stuff at
Yeah.
G4, and I met you.
Oh, thank you. I love you. And
Mhm.
Ian, I guess.
Oh, I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
that guy's here.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, of course,
Ian
yeah.
is
He abandoned us halfway through, but it's fine.
Ian is there. He left for bigger and better things.
True.
But then also I left.
Our $0 an episode podcast.
Yeah.
Get
Building
fucking-
Dallas Studio? Fuck man!
Get
Volunteering. Volunteer.
Volunteer.
I told you not to leave us.
Volunteer.
So I came back to LCS last week as a guest.
Oh.
So it was really cool. It was
Aw.
it was a weird feeling a little bit because I was walking through the hallways that I had walked through before. I was like, a lot of things had changed and yet really stayed the same. But the thing for me, which was the craziest, and I think you guys can get this, I did more in that one day of LCS last week than I was able to do in my 3 years of working at the LCS.
There it is. Look.
I mean, yeah, you were as a guest, like for context, when we have the guests on, because we've been incorporating more of them recently. So like we had Cutie Cinderella on during our week 1. We've had different people show up. And so usually when we bring on guests these days, a lot of the content revolves around the guest. The question is always, hey, what do you want to do towards the guest? Whereas when Ovilee's describing her previous position as like sideline reporter, interviewer, that kind of thing, that is usually the position where you have the least amount of freedom to do what you want. Like your job is to ask the player 3 to 4 questions about whatever is pertinent, whatever is relevant, whatever is important, and then get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So she went from the role with the least agency to the role with the single most agency.
Aw.
So she was able to craft the segments in a way that she wanted to. And I even told you afterwards, because I went back and I watched the between game segments after I got done that day and after I was back home. And
You
the show
don't
was
hate
done.
LCS?
As long as I don't have to cast those Dignitas games.
No.
As long as
They
I don't
won.
Yeah, I'm super happy for Jensen and Santorin because I was worried about them boys. They were on the depression train to like absolute 0 wins town, but I'm glad that they got one. Let's keep it going, boys. Anyway, I watched your segments back and I was like, no, these are actually really good. Your one with the fake news reporting thing, I really like that one. And then the old woman that then
The granny, yeah.
yeah, the thing gets jacked by Mark being a crackhead and just like fake kicking shit and screaming.
Yep.
I was like, these are actually both really good. So for what it's worth, I actually thought the content was hella good. I know that half of this podcast is just me calling you shit and making fun of you for your anime stuff, but no, that was hella good.
Thanks, buddy.
Ovilee's actually a fucking master producer. You're excellent at what you do.
Thank you,
Yeah.
love. I
Yeah.
try. I got RAZ punched and kicked in the face.
Oh, God bless you.
Oh, that did happen.
Wait, was this for a
Nice.
bit or did some guy actually fuck you up?
No, it was for that news bit.
Oh.
What happened was Ovilee was piggybacking Emily.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
Which
And-
Emily?
Emily.
our Emily.
No. Her
Okay.
name is Emily Rand. She's an analyst for the League of Legends scene. Fucking fantastic. Go
Yes.
ahead.
And so like she was just like piggybacking Emily, and then they were just doing the fake walk as if it was like that trench coat
Yeah.
technique with 3 children inside. And I was supposed to be one of the players that got disrespected on the stage, and it was Emily beating the crap out of me.
Yeah, see, I saw these pictures from everyone's Twitter and stuff. And I'm like, I have so many questions and I want answers to none of them.
I
Yeah,
thought
they don't make a lot of sense without the context.
Yeah.
With the context, they make slightly more, but
Yeah.
not much.
I thought it was gonna be shit.
It was like,
I thought it was gonna be shit.
To
I was
be-
on
Chad.
stage. I was on stage with all cameras, production, sound people around me, and I was just had this fake guy's like paper of his face on top of my head doing random shit. I was like, "Ooh, this ain't gonna be good."
that's the thing. See, that's the thing about like what I've learned working with Ovilee at G4. When you look at it first, you're like, what the fuck is this? But it always turns out great.
Yes.
You know, like it's just it's absolute chaos and mayhem.
Yes.
Mostly turns out great.
Yeah. And then with a little bit of elbow grease, I'm like, oh, this is pretty fucking great.
You know what I still get to say about all the stuff that we did at G4?
Mm.
I can't say just me, but it was also me, Luke Perry, and Wawa.
Mhm.
Us 4 created the most, the highest viewed, most hours watched, longest and best fucking stream and event at G4.
Where was your 4th character who was in the party?
And Captain Flowers!
Whoa!
He was casting, but I'm talking
Oh,
about
was
I'm
this
talking
the-
about the producing part.
Oh,
and
okay.
you remember you played in it.
Rated shit.
Oh, I
got my own
remember
Reddit thread on a
Ovilee.
community I've never been to.
Ovilee, I fucking remember, all right.
I actually couldn't believe somebody sent it to me on Discord afterwards. I was like, what the fuck is this? They're like, apparently Lost Ark loves you, bro. I had a front page Reddit thread on a game that I've literally never played.
Yeah,
Like,
Ovilee.
My co-caster taught me the game from one of his own YouTube videos 30 minutes before we went.
Shout him
Oh
out,
my
shout him out.
God.
Shout out Cannon XO.
Shout out to
Lost
Cannon.
Ark content creator, God/extraordinaire. Dude taught me the game 30 minutes before we went live. I, to this day, have not played Lost Ark before, just because I have a rule against not playing MMOs myself. Nothing against everybody out there playing Lost Ark. But he taught me this game right beforehand. And then after that show was done that day, because this was the project that Ovilee's talking about that just like broke all the records and smashed all the numbers.
For a fraction of the price.
I got a message the next morning from a friend of mine who, like, you know, not associated with the production or anything like that, just some dude I knew from back in the day. And he sends me a message. He's like, yo, dude, what's up? I didn't know you did Lost Ark stuff before, but in case you didn't see it, there's a front page, like, Reddit thread about you on Lost Ark. And they were all just like, we fucking love this guy.
Oh.
And even the derogatory comments were like, yeah, he didn't really know what the fuck he was saying, but goddamn if he didn't say it in a way that I was happy to listen to.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, hell yeah, brother.
And see, that's why I was like, dude, the convincing that I had to do in order to get you paid properly, where I was
You
like,
got paid?
Gina didn't get paid. Gina didn't
Let me
get
tell
paid.
you the story about my fucking history with Lost Ark, all right?
Gina, you okay, bro?
Go ahead, Gina.
This bitch.
Bro, she's fuming.
This bitch, right?
Elaborate.
She calls me 24 hours before the Lost Ark tournament and says, Gina, I really need your help. I was in Portland at the time, flying in the next day. She's like, I really need your help. I'm running a Lost Ark tournament and people have dropped out. I need you to play. I'm like, Ovilee, I've never played Lost Ark. She goes, I know, but it'll it's just have fun. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, wait, yeah, your team got skunked, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Oh my god.
So
I put her with 2 really good players.
yeah, they were great. They were fantastic. And then so she's like, it's tomorrow. I'm like, okay, Ovilee, for you, anything. So right after I hang up the phone, I Googled 2 things. What is Lost Ark?
Uh-oh.
How to download Lost Ark. And then I spent the night just playing a fucking, I don't know, tutorial of some sort. And then the next day, like an hour or 2 before the competition started, we all met on Discord, met our teammates, and I was like, guys, what the fuck is this? I didn't know what the fuck this was. It got to the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to bullshit around. Like,
So you were brand new.
brand
Okay.
new. Did not know this game even existed. I don't play MMOs. And then, they didn't even get my classes right when they put me on the screen.
They didn't get any of the graphics right, to be fair.
Okay,
we were working with a production company who did not have their shit together.
And then afterwards, like when we had our goodbye talks, was I team captain?
You were team captain.
I was team captain. Fucking. And then I was saying my goodbyes. I'm like, I remember Flowers talking shit the whole time. Ovilee talking shit the whole time. So I said, hey, shout out to Cannon. I don't know who you are, but you were nice to me the whole time, so you're cool. And later afterwards, I talked to Cannon. I was like, wow, you guys sounded great. Like, you and Flowers sounded great. How long you been doing this? He's like, I've never done this. And Captain Flowers didn't even know what the fuck this game was. And I was like, holy shit, you sounded fucking amazing.
He had never done professional commentary for a thing. He's a YouTuber / streamer. He's a content creator for the game.
Mm-hmm.
So he normally makes like guides, he makes how-tos, walkthroughs, whatever, but he's never done live commentary of anything.
Yeah.
And obviously I've never played Lost Ark because again, I'm like you, MMOs just aren't my thing.
Yeah.
So we both sort of taught each other in that 30-minute time span before the game. He taught me what Lost Ark was, and I taught him how to do a live show, and then we just YOLO'd it, and everybody ended up loving it. So.
It was so good. You guys sounded like you've been doing this for years. Like when my screen popped up, like, oh, our team captain's Gina Darling. My picture didn't even fucking show up.
Did it
And they started laughing. Okay. And then I was doing so terrible. Flowers is just fucking talking shit the whole time. And look at this fucking idiot. She can't fucking, her whole forehead's probably on the keyboard. She doesn't know what to do. You know?
I'm pretty sure you were dead in the fire before I could complete a sentence.
Oh, yeah.
bro.
Probably.
Like-
That's fair.
Yeah. I deleted the game right afterwards. I had no idea what the fuck it was.
But yeah, so just trust me and things will turn out okay. Like when I said, Raz, I need you to get naked.
That did happen.
So for what it's worth,
That
that,
did
video
happen.
too is also a great example. Before we got into Lost Ark, I was going to bring that up as my example of the like your first impression of the Ovilee process type thing. Because when you first brought up, you're like, I want to do a parody of Industry Baby, and you told me you were like, I specifically want to do the naked dancing part. Do you want to do the naked dancing part and being a parody? I remember because you asked me this at like 2:00 in the morning, and I had been sipping on unnamed alcohol products for a couple of hours, and I just remember responding to you just saying, "Fuck no." And then you were like, okay, well, will you do a guest spot on it? But you don't have to be fake naked. And I was like, maybe. Talk to me again in the morning. And so she messages me in the morning, and she runs it by me. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it. I didn't know how good it would end up. I didn't know what kind of a budget she was working with.
Awesome.
Like, a lot of times when people make music videos or parodies based around gaming, I think they're giga cringe. Like, they're really shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, I really hope this isn't really shit. And Ovilee and I learned the trust exercise during this because I had to learn to trust Ovilee to not make shit content. And Ovilee had to learn to trust me to not turn in my part of the content until the morning that it was being shot.
Oh, you're one of those. You're one of those.
That's beautiful.
You're one of those.
It's on the way. Don't
I got
disturb the creative
so
process.
many messages. I would get a message because she told me about this. For what it's worth, Ovilee was very
Months.
punctual. Yeah, she was very. I got told about the Industry Baby plan 2 months before it was supposed to be released. And every week I would get a message, just be like, hey, just wondered where for the first month, it was very much like, hey, just wondering if you've done any sort of like brainstorming, ideation type of stuff on what you want to do. And I'd just be like, nope. And then once it got under 1 month, it was just like, hey, just checking in. If you have any lyrics you want to bounce off of me, you can put them in this Google Doc. She had like a whole Google Doc. She was like, it's already made up. Just copy paste them in there and I'll let you know what I think. I was like, no, I don't have nothing. And then like it literally got to 2 nights before and she was like, hey, yeah, I'm doing some final revisions with a couple other people that are helping me like go over this and make sure everything flows right. Whatever you got, just throw it in there and we'll look at it. I'm like, I'm writing that shit tomorrow. And then
Oh my God. Oh, I'm so sorry. Jesus Christ.
I wrote my entire part the night before, starting at 10 p.m. I went to the liquor store. I got myself a bottle of vodka. I came back to the house, popped the gummy, and I was like, you know what? We're just going to swig on this shit a little bit. We're going to let the creativity come to me. It took like 9 hours, but I wrote the whole thing, and it was a syllable perfect parody of Jack Harlow's Part in Industry, baby. So
That's amazing. I will
Oh my
say,
God.
you go first.
Oh, I don't have anything to say except pain.
it was a great video.
It was
great video.
fantastic.
It
It was
was
fantastic,
awesome.
and I trust you. But you can just know that I die inside.
Oh no, I fully realized what I put you through with that. I sorry about that.
That's
ahead, Riz.
amazing. My small thing was awfully months before, if not a month before, I'm not sure, but it was way in advance. Sends me the lyrics and is like, oh, if you have any ideas to change it around, like go ahead and do it. Like, okay, and I'm like, oh, of course, yeah. I mean, I'll definitely like work it into my own language, and like we had a really constructive conversation, and then I just did nothing, and I just I did nothing.
And you know
I just read it word for word. Initially, when I first read it, I was like, a little bit corny. This is I can do better than this, and then
You couldn't?
I just started singing the words that were in front of me.
Honestly, if you had tried to change the words that late in the game, I would have punched you. I would have just been like absolutely just decked you in the face.
That's the thing about Ovilee. Like, don't let the
What are you doing, man? You-
What?
fool you. Yeah, don't let the Twitter.
Yeah.
Don't let that fool you. She's actually fucking great at what she does. You're like a savant.
I know she looks like she's completely incapable of taking care of
Yeah.
herself and only exists for the sake of complaining about her loneliness on Twitter while
Yeah.
celebrating anime porn. But her brain actually works in a way that you wouldn't expect. And
Yeah.
I don't mean that in a derogatory
No,
way.
you are a savant. It is incredible what you can do. Yeah.
Dude,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
praising you. You're awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
I will say I was a little bit worried during the entire shoot. When you first asked me if I wanted to be naked, I'd be like,
Dude,
I don't think so.
so my favorite part about that, so Gina, I don't know if you ever saw this, but we all did, because there's a guy who does like rap review / commentary videos on YouTube. He generally reviews like actual real legit rappers and stuff, but he also does like some of his content is just reviewing like more nerd culture meme shit. He's done different things in the League of Legends world before. And so he did a review of this track. And one of the funniest parts of it is when it gets to the part when these two are in their fake naked outfits and they're throwing ass.
Fake.
Yeah.
He paused it and he goes, oh man, what the hell is this? He paused it, he's like, what the fuck? And then as he's saying that, he clicks the gear and turns it up to 1080p. And then one of the top comments on his video is, man, I know you didn't just turn it up to 1080p when it paused on this dude. Because the frame it's paused on is RAZ's ass. And he turns it up to 1080p. Because the reason he was doing it was that he was like, I know that this isn't real. And he turns it up so you can see like the color contrast
Right.
between like their nude colored underwear and like their actual
Yeah.
skin. But it's hilarious because with the timing, it looks like he's like, no, let's see how much ass is actually in there. It was-
Enhance. Enhance. I
That was so
remember the
funny.
conversation though. It was like, I'm like, Raz, you just have to trust me. It's going to come out freaking incredible. I just need you to trust me.
Yeah, and I said yes. In my mind, I didn't let you know at the time, but I was like, I know she's just gonna do it anyways, and I don't want her to be the only one that's naked. I was like, and then the other one was like, ooh, but what would my parents think? And my first thought is like, they're too inept at being able to use the computer. But even if they were, they already think very less of me. So it's like, it probably doesn't matter at this point.
I think the lesson learned here is always trust in Ovilee.
Yeah.
Even if you really don't want to.
Ovilee knocked that shit out of the park. Even when I told you, I was like, by the way, I'm not letting them do wardrobe. I'm going to show up in a costume and you just have to let me wear it. And then I showed up in that trucker shit. Everybody was just cool with it.
Yep. Absolutely.
God bless you. God bless.
And so yeah, so that was my shit on LCS last week.
Welcome back.
You did a good job, Ovilee. Congratulations.
back.
We'll have you back
Thank you.
anytime.
Thank you. Oh, there were plenty more ideas. There.
Great job, Ovilee.
A round of applause.
Yeah, that was
A round of applause.
Well,
Your
wait.
last time on the LCS, that was incredible.
Another 3
Farewell,
years.
Ovilee.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
We will miss
Thank you, Ovilee.
We will miss you.
Do you guys want to hear the idea that got rejected?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
instantly,
Fire
yes.
your guns.
And I think the producers were right in doing so.
Uh-oh.
So basically, there was another idea that I wanted to do. So all you need for context is know that there is a team called Dignitas.
I love that everyone treats me like Gina because I don't know
You
shit.
don't know anything,
I love
man.
it.
We're trying
I
to
love it
educate
so
your
much.
ass.
You're our audience proxy in case they
Yeah.
don't know.
This is
Yeah.
the
There's a
best.
team
This is
called
awesome.
Dignitas,
Mhm.
and at the time they were 0-9. They hadn't won a single game.
Fucking losers.
I know.
Nerds.
So my pitch for
Raz
before
and I are contractually not allowed to comment on Gina's comment. just now.
I don't know anything. Like, don't take insults from someone that you won't take advice from. You're fine.
yeah.
They are losers, though.
Oh my God.
We're gonna get in trouble for being on this show.
Flowers,
gonna
Tom.
be
Any
great.
comment? Any comment? Flowers.
Don't got nothing.
Yeah, it's
Just
be
here
great.
so I won't
Anyways,
get fined.
LCS hire me. Go on.
So the segment that I pitched to go on before the Dignitas game was a version of this or that, which is their segment where it's like, would you rather do this or would you rather like have that, right? You just choose between the one. So the segment that I pitched was what happens first? And it would be a situation like Yuumi being removed from League of Legends. And then the opposite would be Dignitas wins a game.
And they just kept getting more extreme, didn't they?
And they kept getting more extreme. So it was Yuumi getting removed from League of Legends or Dignitas winning a game. And then it was like,
So which one's like more likely to
which
happen?
one's more likely to happen?
Probably you monster.
And then, well, then the last slide. So basically, what was supposed to happen was I get interrupted by someone who comes in and they're like, you know what? No, I'm tired of the Dignitas slander. Dignitas is definitely going to win a game. I don't care what any of you guys think. Like, this is their team, blah, blah, blah. And basically hype up Dignitas and kick me out. And then the final slide was going to be what happens first. Ovilee gets a boyfriend or Dignitas wins a game.
Dignitas wins the game.
Yeah.
won last week.
They
They
did
won.
win.
Oh,
Yeah, they actually did. They won their first game. They won their first game.
happened.
This would have been so much better if we would have aired it.
I know. But they made the right
rejected?
choice.
That was rejected?
I don't think we had enough time.
Come on.
I don't think we had enough
Incredible.
time. I think it was the right move. Oh, but then I was told to not say Big Dickla again.
There it is.
It's all
She
good.
did say
It's
Big
whatever.
Dickla on the
I'm
broadcast.
sorry.
I mean,
thought it
said,
was funny.
I said fucking licking the bush at one time. Look, everybody
Oh,
gets
God.
one. Everybody gets one.
Oh,
all right.
no. Everybody gets one, yeah. It's only fair. It's
People
only
say
fair.
F words a few times, and they're like, oh, okay, as long as you don't say that again.
Yeah.
And then on the LPL, years in the past, I accidentally said the N word and no one noticed.
Wait, really?
What?
No one noticed.
Tell the story. Tell the story.
Let's just say, so I learned a valuable lesson of your vocabulary in casual conversations will carry over to your
serious
broadcast
ones.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. So I cuss a lot. Thankful, there are still times where that comes out. But I use the N word a lot in the past,
Yeah.
and so
We're allowed to do that.
exactly, that's
Yeah.
not a problem. Like I've talked to my brother, it happens. And so, but the problem was, and then I don't even know what words I was saying at the time. I was just like saying, "Oh yeah," like I was just like saying something surprised, right? I was like, "Brother, what?" Like
Yeah.
something like that. And it came out, I was like, oh. And my go-caster was like, it was like, hello? This was like an analyst desk at the time. So like, and I was like, ooh, keep moving. I did the broadcast like proper thing of like, continue on
Just
the
keep going.
conversation.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So while they react, like, but now I gotta stay tuned to what he's saying next, or I'll miss the context. So
Yeah.
you just like flub and then keep talking, and then people have the instant reaction and be like, but I guess I gotta listen to the rest of the sentence.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh hell no, I gotta wipe that out of my casual conversation because that comes on the broadcast. I'm getting shit on. The funny thing is, no one watched the LPL, so like I got away with a lot.
Well, nobody watched the LPL English.
Yes, the LPL.
LPL Chinese broadcast
Yes.
is massively
Yes,
popular.
so I got
okay.
away with a lot. As a caster there, I made political jokes like
no.
that were just like thrown in there. Something about like I made a George Bush reference once. Can't even remember.
They got the W.
I made a George Bush reference. I'm trying to remember what it was specifically. Maybe it was like the "fool me, can't get fooled again." That was like a very casual one. But I also, you know what Fog of War is? Fog of War is like parts of the map that you cannot see. You have to place like a surveillance ward or whatever, so that you have vision of that area. So when the enemy player walks through it, you have like heads up.
You
right?
can see.
Exactly. So you can see them. And there was like this guy's own part of the map was all blacked out. He couldn't see anything. So I was like, oh, don't go there. That's Detroit. Like, that's Detroit. That's Baltimore. I'll just say anything. Like, that's like, hey, if I was still right now, I'd say that's Skid Row. Like, I had someone that like unknowingly, a co-caster of mine unknowingly said, because he's the type of person that like, if a word sounds flowery or rolls off the tongue, sounds great, why not say it?
Yeah.
Oh no.
May have said a slur, but
wait. What did he think sounded flowery?
You
He
could
thought that word sounded flowery.
Say it, and we'll bleep it.
Can you give us a safe version?
I'll say the word.
Say it, and
And
we'll
if
bleep
it
it.
Yeah,
bleeps,
just
I'm
bleep
gonna-
it.
We'll bleep it.
Okay,
That's not a good word. That's not a good word. Why?
it's not a good
what
word.
is it
I'm gonna be
referring
honest
to?
with you. I don't think I've ever heard that
You've
word.
never heard that
Really?
word?
Oh,
No.
I
So
don't think
it
I've ever heard that
usually,
word
so
before.
typically it's used, at least where I grew up in like Midwest, it's used to describe someone who is stupid, has unappealing like features, looks like a caveman type
Yeah.
almost.
It's like
That's like a slur.
Huh.
now?
it's like
Yeah.
so. The idea of it, it's I think the root of it is you
You
are.
can tell the root from the first 6
It's like
letters.
you have the facial features. You have the features of like Mongolian, basically.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it's like that. But then it's kind of transformed. The use of it is
But
mostly
who can
like
shit on Mongols? They fucked shit up.
they did.
Right. But we would use it for someone who doesn't have up syndrome. They have the other syndrome.
Yes. Yeah. There it is. So in the end, a lesson I learned. You can basically say whatever the hell you want on a broadcast that has no viewership.
That's the lesson that we're all walking
that's
away
the
from this
lesson?
with.
Which is the casting couch.
Oh my god.
Caster's couch.
Caster's couch.
Can you get our name right, please?
Dude,
Well, we don't have to sign it.
I know we
in
don't.
one of our behind the scenes meetings for LCS, when they were asking us about like if we want to do the TriCast thing
Yeah.
with you, like when they were describing, they were like, yeah, so we think we want to do a cast with you and Ovilee and RAZ because, you know, like obviously you guys have been friends for a long time. You've got camaraderie already. You know, you have your casting couch podcast. And I remember saying anything. I was like, I'm not going to mention it. I'm not going to mention it. I'm not going to mention it. I'm at Riot. I'm not going to mention it. I'm not going to mention it. I'm not going to mention it. And I was
That's incredible.
I was like, that's a typo, man.
Oh no.
That's
It's our
it.
OnlyFans companion.
Oh god.
Exactly.
I mean, listen, if we get enough people on the Patreon, then maybe no.
Crew
$100?
does
$100?
Quaaludes.
Anybody? $200?
100, 200.
Going once? Going
300?
twice?
We can't find no Quaaludes, man. That's just been
No,
gone
no,
for
no.
50 years.
Fuck.
I will say that when we were at G4, Ian, I don't know if you remember this too,
Yeah, we were there for like 2
but
months.
they sent us a document. Legal sent us a document of all of the words that we could not say on broadcast, and some of them were easy. Some of them were like butthole, and I'm
Did
like,
we have that?
Wait,
yes.
you
and
couldn't say butthole?
you could not say butthole. You did not.
They knew.
So it's like you couldn't say butthole. You couldn't say, I think, like
Penis?
body parts. I think you could say. Could you say penis, Ian?
You could say penis.
Anatomical correct is fine.
But
Okay.
cock.
No cock.
Okay.
Okay.
I think like dickhead you couldn't say or something like that.
Because dick is not anatomical. Could you call somebody a penis head?
I don't
Guess
know.
you
We could
can.
try. But
That was the thing. We had that document.
yes.
I know you never read it.
Yeah, I've said
You did not.
butthole
Yup.
so
I
many
know.
times.
never read the emails. Club.
Yeah.
Come here, bro.
Oh my
Yeah. Who needs emails?
So they sent over this document of all these words that you can't say. Same thing. I didn't know half of them. So
Wait.
lucky for me, I had Kasim G right next to me who was going, you don't know that one? I was called this one in middle school. And I'm like,
What?
what the fuck? So apparently, I only know the Asian slurs.
I'm
I
a
don't know the other
connoisseur.
ones.
So,
Asian
like-
slurs?
No. Of knowing slurs. All right. I've been called slurs. And also,
You call people slurs? Is that what you're
no.
gonna say?
I'm just aware of it. Like, okay, here's a good one. So when I was in academy, when I was like coaching in academy, my co-caster.
Academy is the tier 2 league.
Oh no,
for
my
League of
co-caster.
Legends
God,
stuff.
I can't get out of the casting mindset. My assistant coach / like two-way player coach, someone that was on stage with me during the draft. So at the time, they would put the names of who's doing the draft on the top of the screen when the draft's happening, right?
Yeah.
So it'd be like coaches, RAZ, and so my assistant coach was named Spooks with a Z.
Spooks.
They said they took out the Z.
Oh no!
They forgot to
Uh-oh.
put the Z in. So it was just Raz.
Do you not know what
and him?
is a slur for a black person?
It is?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was for Asian.
no.
What's the Asian one?
What?
Be more specific.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
That's a Korean one.
Oh,
G-O.
yeah.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Deriving
Yeah.
from where?
If you hear somebody call a black person a they mean to be derogatory. Like
Yes.
it is just like them
So
being.
imagine it's dark, right? And you only see eyes and teeth.
Boo.
Oh shit!
You should know this. You're a sister. you should know. Yeah.
I've been called this many
Exactly.
times.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
We're all going to get canceled. Yeah, so news dropped this morning where BTS, not the K-pop band,
There's a different BTS?
Beyond the Summit,
Okay.
I was about to say behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So BTS Beyond the Summit was this production company, production group, tournament organizer group that was putting on basically all of the Smash events. This is before the Panda Global drama,
I know
whatever.
them from Dota.
As
there it
well as Dota events and tournaments. And so basically, even though they were kind of like a smaller group, they weren't ESL, right? They were still producing some of the most like authentic and high quality events out there in those two scenes. They had also done a little bit of work with Teamfight Tactics, which is
Oh.
Riot's game. And so it came as a shock to everyone today that they basically said like, hey, we're shutting down. We're keeping everyone on our staff on payroll for I think like another 2 weeks because that's all we can do.
Yeah.
Please hire our people because they're all very talented and they're all incredible. We
man.
just don't have the money to do it anymore. And so this mixed in with the guard completely shutting down with Cronky just going like, fuck it. We either find someone to buy our 2 spots, our 2 teams, or we just kill the entire thing and I'll write it off as a tax loss.
What's the TLDR on the guard thing? Because I don't follow FPS games, so I have no
So
idea.
the TLDR with the guard thing is there's the guy Cronky.
Is he like their boss?
Some sports guy. I think
Yeah.
he's like a sports guy who owned like the guard, which was basically similar to how Comcast owns like Spectacor Gaming, which was like Philadelphia Fusion, the Philadelphia sports team, and then they also owned G4.
Hooray.
So when G4 is hemorrhaging money and stuff, it's easier for them to just say, hey, we tried it. It didn't work. We're killing it. And then they can basically say, okay, well, this lost $1 billion. It didn't lose $1 billion, but this lost $1 billion,
$2 billion.
right? Then they could just write that off on their taxes as, oh, well, we lost $1 billion this year, so they don't have to pay as much in taxes. So that's essentially what people are saying that
So
the Cronky guy is
You
doing.
torpedo the guard so that you can cheat your taxes.
Because it's just a loss. Because they're like, okay, well, we've been trying to have, this Overwatch team, this Valorant team for a couple years. It's not profitable, so we're just going to kill it.
Okay.
And essentially, that's what's happening in esports and gaming right
God,
now,
it's so
where
bad.
all of the gaming journalists, everyone's getting laid off. I mean, it's tech just across the board where everyone's getting laid off in tech, but journalists are getting laid off. 100 Thieves had their layoffs. TSM is basically bare bones. Team Liquid had their layoffs. Honestly, the only people who are not having layoffs right now and who are hiring, FlyQuest. I kid you not, because FlyQuest just came under new
Hey,
ownership.
FlyQuest, my name is Gina Darling, former host of G4 TV and WWE's Arena. I work alongside Ovilee May pretty often. My skills include hosting, somewhat casting. I can eat fire, engaging tweets. Also, very docile, very peaceful,
Submissive and breedable?
non-argumentative, very submissive.
Submissive and breedable.
Submissible.
Submissive.
And absolutely
submissive,
sober.
She could not keep
breedable.
herself
She's
straight
sober.
after she said that she is peaceful.
No, well, actually, I am
That's the
I'm
biggest lie I've ever heard.
painfully straight.
The thing
Unfortunately.
I messaged you and everyone in G4 when I'm like, okay, I'm at G4 or I'm at FlyQuest now.
I didn't see this. Wait,
Bitch, you liked the
I
post.
liked it. You said something like this. Oh, yeah, okay, listen. Ovilee said, hey, I'm at FlyQuest. If anyone has any ideas that they want to produce, Gina does not produce. Gina is front of camera talent only.
Can I go on a rant?
Uh-oh.
Can I
Rant
go
it
on a
up,
rant?
dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on a rant.
Dump
really
your
quick.
magazine. Let's go.
Okay, I'm gonna go on a rant.
Yeah. Let her cook.
In a world where everyone is losing their jobs left and right because there's just not enough money, whether it's, the people up top going like, well, I only want to hire one person to do 10 people's jobs or some bullshit like that. It is no longer enough to just be a host. You must be a producer. You must be a writer. You must be a content creator because to just be, and this is why I scream at you two, and I'm like, this is why we make the podcast. You must have something else to back you up besides just being able to walk in front of a camera and talk. Because now they can just bring in Cutie Cinderella or Bwippo or me back as a guest or something. Someone who's from like an outside perspective onto a broadcast just because they have a following that's willing to tune in to whatever it is that they're on, right? So yes, you have Captain Flowers and RAZ, who are some of the best League of Legends personalities in the entire game. But if you were to say, hey, here's a League of Legends broadcast with Flowers and RAZ versus, hey, here's a League of Legends broadcast, but Ludwig and Mr. Beast are casting it. They don't really know anything about League of Legends and they're not as good or knowledgeable as these two, but it's Ludwig and Mr. Beast.
I'd watch Ludwig and Mr. Beast.
There's a solid chance that people are going to be watching that in way larger numbers than these two solid casters. So I'm being a little bit doom and gloom because I've always been someone I've always produced my own work. I've always written my own work as well as acting in my own work. And I want to strangle everyone when people think that they could just walk in front of a camera if they don't already have a huge sustainable following that is willing to just dive into the depths of hell.
Okay, I lied. Maybe I have produced before. I made a Saw episode where I was Jigsaw.
Formula D.
Oh, I did do that.
You did.
Hey!
Talk about it.
Oh, I forgot. Hey, I can do this.
Yeah.
And you do.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Mhm.
I love you guys.
I don't know what we're talking about. What did Gina do?
So, Formula D is Formula Drift racing. I was having the drift racing scene for 4 years in my mid 20s or so. And Formula D used to have a partnership with G4 TV way back when. When I was at G4, I pitched, hey, let's go back to Formula D because this is my family. Like, I've traveled around the world with these guys. So I wanted to bring back Formula D to G4, and we had a segment that I had Ian on. Like, Ian was spearheading it with me to go to the first competition of the year, the first round, which was in Long Beach. We planned this for a month and a half or so, and the director, like the secondhand man at Formula D, is my brother. So he's like, whatever you want, we'll give you whatever you want. Fucking shout out to Andy Luck, that's my boy. I love you so much.
Didn't even know Gina had a brother.
Not actual.
No, like
brother, not
Yeah,
brother.
there we go. See,
Yeah.
look.
like
Brother.
February
It's
brother.
February.
Brother.
See?
Yeah,
there we go, brother.
Thank you, brother. Yes.
All right, I guess so. Don't put me in that screenshot.
Just put me and him in a dashiki. Fine. Fuck. But yeah, Andy was pretty much in the emails like, whatever you want. We'll give you a drone if you want, We're like, let's do it. And it got axed literally probably 4 hours before call time. But eventually, and then later on, Ian left. This was painful for me and Ian. And it fucking hurt me because Ian put so much love and work into this for it to get axed. And then
We were
probably
gonna put Cassim in one of the cars.
the
Why
original.
are they accent?
It's okay. He's on a podcast now.
Yeah,
True,
good for
true.
you.
Look at this. Same
So
thing.
2 weeks before we shut down, G4 shut down, I finally got the okay for the shoot. We shot it all. Every shot that I ever wanted. I even messaged Ian, I'm finally doing it. I hope you're proud of me. And he was so happy about it. Got all the footage, got axed probably that same week. And it never saw the light of day. I have like one shot from it. and
Fuck,
that's it.
dude, rip.
What?
Yeah. So hey, I
Yeah.
can produce. Yeah. Okay, Ovilee, I can produce.
I'm proud of you. Come to me with ideas and I will help you.
Yeah.
Get it
Okay, I have an idea right now.
Okay.
It's Jackass for a new generation. All
Do
these
you
kids
have
today,
any
they're a bunch of
idea?
pussies. They didn't grow up watching kids do fucking shopping cart jousting with one another in an abandoned Home Depot parking lot at the top of a cliff.
Yes.
We need to show them the right
Yes.
way to get shit done.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
We'll wear football helmets the whole time.
Yes.
Raz, Are you like just imagine the screen opens up. It says LCS. It's up in the sky. It pans down. All of a sudden, the camera is grabbed. I'm Captain Flowers, and this is Raz, and this is parking lot shopping cart jousting. Winner gets side selection. Up next, we've got Anero versus Think Card, coach draft, CLG versus Golden Guardians. Let's go. And then so boom, shopping cart jousting. They just fucking collide. And then we're like, okay, now me and Raz are gonna show you the right way to do it. We come out in shopping carts. They have jetpacks tied to them. Fucking ignite them. Just shoot towards each other. Kaboom.
And football helmets will do a lot of work. Just remember,
We're wearing the
it
football
works
helmets the entire time. We don't
God,
take them
yeah.
off.
perfectly in the NFL.
We
You
don't
have
so I
no
take them
think
idea.
off.
we're
I
good. Yeah.
wish
We don't take them
variety
off. We don't.
shows. I wish variety shows in America would like it was as popular in America as it is in Asia. Because have you guys ever watched the originators of Silent Library, Gaki no Sakai?
Absolutely.
The Batsu games?
Absolutely.
Those guys
did.
are my heroes.
Mhm.
Like just fucking crazy challenges, just bets amongst friends, and
Okay.
just doing the dumbest shit ever. That's
Yeah.
all I ever wanted in my life.
Asian comedy and Western comedy, I feel like Asian comedy has a lot more physical humor, but then at the same time, also more philosophical. Have you seen the ones where everyone's sitting on those pillows on top of like all these cardboard boxes? And then they're also kind of like in a harness attached to the ceiling. And then if they answer a question incorrectly, or if they laugh, or if they do something against the rules, they had these giant tanks come in that would shoot at the boxes underneath them, so they
like
would
that.
fall.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Oh.
See, I want to do shit like that. 3 weeks before G4 shut down, became an owner of a flamethrower.
What?
Did I ever get to use it? Fucking no.
Mm-mm.
See? I want to use my flamethrower.
We might need to cut that part because I'm pretty sure those are still illegal in 44 out of 50 states. I'm not sure about the status of California.
You own a not flamethrower.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you own an object that might potentially be able to project fire-like objects.
Yeah.
A water gun. I have a water
Yeah,
gun.
you have a
Yeah, she
water
has a
gun.
water gun.
That shoots out.
Water gun.
Gasoline-based
Fire.
water gun. That's
Hot
what
water.
you got.
Yeah.
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 There it is. There it is.
I have so many of those challenges that I want to do. And I just need people to help me do it.
If you need people to help you do it, you've got me. You've got Ian. What we need. No, she don't.
Oh my
She
God.
don't
More
got you.
Patreon subscribers.
She don't got you.
I have
What do you mean, dude?
What are you gonna do? You're gonna show up in a football helmet and a jetpack powered fucking
Shopping
cart?
cart
Yeah.
with a lance.
Down.
Yes.
down? My
Because you're not
dream-
going to do it.
No!
You're not going to do that any more than I'm going to produce. So let's go ahead and enjoy each other for our different specialities and work together.
See, the producer inside me doesn't want to fill out all the liability paperwork and also wants to keep you alive for future projects.
I'm not going
Needs
to. I'm not going to pay
liability
attention to no
paperwork.
paperwork anyway. I'm
You're
going to go home,
alive.
rub some whiskey on it, and go to bed. I'll wake up tomorrow with a headache, and we'll get right back to it.
I have been dreaming since day one at G4 to do a 24-hour challenge.
What's the challenge?
We lock a few of us in a gymnasium, like a school gymnasium with a stage and everything. It's like
But
the
one's a
boxing
serial
games.
killer.
Oh, that's fun. It's like the Gaki no Sakai.
Yeah.
You're stuck in there for 24 hours, right? You have no phone, whatever. And every once in a while, we don't know when, we don't know how, a dude just pops up from the stage and on his shirt says what punishment he's going to give you. One can be kick you in the thigh real hard. And he has
Take
to
that.
chase you down. Whoever he catches first, he gets to do it to them. Another one that I've seen, old lady kisses you on the mouth with tongue. Another one that I've seen, you get pied. That's fucking easy. That's okay. Another one that I saw, they strap you to a wall and they shoot volleyballs at you. I want that. And
Oh
it
my
happens.
God.
It happens throughout the day for 24 hours, even if you're sleeping at 3 in the morning. And that's all I've ever wanted to do. Listen, I may look frail, but I love physical challenges like this. And that was my dream when I came to G4. I wanted to do this shit.
This sounds hella cool.
Yeah.
I vouch
Wait,
this.
Thank you.
remember when all you had to do was chug 3 shots of hot sauce?
And I did it.
And then what happened?
I peed out of my butt for 24 hours.
What?
She vomited all over the blacktop.
Yeah.
Dude, are you talking hella shit and you threw up from 3 shots of hot sauce?
I vomit. Yeah, absolutely. I never said I'm good, but I will always.
You
what
got hard.
Yeah. What I lack in skill, I make up with enthusiasm.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I vomited everywhere, and then that night I sharded so much, and then I fell asleep with a blow dryer pointed at my stomach to keep it warm. It was the saddest day of my life, and I'm very proud of it.
I'm gonna talk shit really fast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk shit really fast.
Talk your
What,
shit.
what ethnicity are you, Gina Darling?
Vietnamese and Chinese.
Isn't there a copious amount of spicy food in that culture?
Yeah, there's a long story why I don't eat spicy food.
It's
Okay.
it's also different spice. Western spice is different from Asian
That's true. That
spice.
destroys me. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
I'm gonna talk shit for a second.
Yeah.
You had, you had to take the hot sauce shots because I told them that I would not fucking do it. And I also told them no one should fucking do it. I said, stay away from food challenges. It's fucking disgusting. No one wants to watch it and no one wants to participate in it. And they're like, no. We've checked the SEO. This is what people want to do. And I'm like, absolutely the fuck not. I'm not going to do it. I had some producers wait, did any producers actually get mad at me or was it just the assholes upstairs? Okay, so it was just the assholes upstairs. Ian can confirm. So do you remember the next thing that we did, which was the giant fishbowl drinking thing? And I told them, I'm like, I'm not going to fucking do it. You shouldn't make anyone else fucking do it. Because I was like, I felt secure and confident while I was there where I could say, no, fuck you, I'm walking away. I didn't know if you felt that way.
Oh, no.
I didn't know if Fiona felt that way or Golden Boy or anyone else. So I felt like I was constantly taking the position of going like, you are not going to make them do that. You're not going to make them do that.
Oh.
And then you guys had to do it.
Yeah.
I think it was only me and Cassim who, sorry, spoiler alert, we're breaking the magic. Me and Cassim were the only ones who didn't have like the legitimate sour bits.
Oh,
right?
I see.
It was just soda. But still, even like the fact of like drinking it that fast, I was throwing up in the bathroom. Frost was throwing up on the grass. Gerard threw up. Everyone threw up. And I'm going, this isn't the fucking early 2000s anymore. You can't treat people like this, otherwise you get fucking canceled almost immediately.
Yeah.
Because you have all of these people who feel like their employment is on the line to force themselves to do all of these disgusting like bodily harm challenges to themselves. It's one thing to be for you two to be excited.
That's what I say we need Jackass for.
I know, hear me out. It's
Jackass.
one thing for you two to be excited and pitch an idea. What if we put football helmets on and run at each other as fast as we can? And then another thing for like some office dude who has never stepped foot on a set before to come out and go, hey, you know what'd be great? What if we had Gina doing hot sauce while she's in a bikini and some chick is just going down on her?
That evolved really fast.
Saved
from
G4
that,
with that. Yeah, come on.
that was. I mean, we real quick took a hairpin turn from wherever the fuck we were.
The pitches that I heard and then also the pitches that were rejected were baffling to me because there were times where it sounded like they really wanted to sexualize the women, and then there were times where they absolutely did not want to sexualize the women at all. Where, do you remember when I came in that JoJo suit?
Yes.
What's a JoJo suit?
The JoJo outfit was Jolene, right? It was just
Yes, I
Jolene.
think-
So it's like a crop top.
Yeah.
It's a crop top and pants. So I was showing like midriff, right?
Yeah.
It was this, right?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
it. They were like,
Don't tell me.
They made you cover it up. Oh.
they didn't make me cover it up, but they were like,
Really?
Whoa, the judgmental stare. They did the
Oh.
parental be like,
See,
I
on
don't
the
agree.
other side of that, I love those challenges because I like pushing my body to the limit, and I'm also like a big like let's eat weird shit. Like I pitch that all the time. So we were on the opposite sides without even realizing
the
it.
thing is, if that's what you love, fuck yes.
Yeah.
Go for it. If you're someone like me where I'm like,
Yeah, they should make
I'm
everyone
not
do
going
it.
to eat shit. I'm
Yeah.
not going to eat or drink shit. And they're like, well, everyone's doing it. So you're going to
Yeah.
be the only one sitting out. And I'm like, okay.
That's peer pressure.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I'm like, that's,
some college shit.
That's yeah,
I wouldn't say it's a threat, but it is the step below it.
right.
You can't be
God.
the person saying no.
An implication is just a threat with hot sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
Like-
if you're just saying no, then yeah, your
I left
job's
a
gonna
lot
be
of
on
bodily fluids all over that studio.
You did. They were
did.
everywhere.
Bruh.
It
Hello?
was nasty.
Yeah.
I knocked myself out on a camera at Riot Games within the first 4 months that I worked there back in
What?
2017. Yeah.
Oh.
Back when we so back in the day when I first joined, it was a thing where the play-by-play commentators, except for Freak, because Freak did a lot of stuff behind the scenes, like doing stuff for General Riot, like champion spotlight videos and stuff like that. The rest of the play-by-play commentators had to do a cycle of like, there were 3 of us. So every third week, you would have to also cast the Academy games, which is like the B League, right? Now, Academy does not have the same budget that LCS does. So instead of it being done with the whole stage and the whole studio, it was done just out of the one room that was the analyst desk. And so the very first time that I ever casted this, I wasn't used to being in that room. It's a much smaller room, and they have one big camera on an arm that like films us and swings around and stuff. Yeah, like the jip.
Remember when
And
we had a
so
gym?
between the games, I left because I had to hit the restroom. And so I'm walking back, and as I walk back in, one of the guys was like, "Hey, Flowers, we once you get back in, we got a thing in prompter for you to read for like an ad or something before that." I'm like, "Okay, no worries, whatever." And I just keep walking, and kaboom. So when I walk with purpose. Like
Yes.
I hate slow walkers. I despise them. I think their bloodlines are weak, and it's only a matter of time before they're
He
erased.
does
Agreed.
this.
Like I walk very fast just by nature, and so
How'd that work out for you?
well, this time it didn't work out very good because I'm used to this thing being at a 60-degree angle, but they had it at like a 30-degree angle because it was going to come in for a swoop on the desk when we returned. I fucking smashed myself and just fell back on the ground and like hit the fucking floor. I don't even know if it actually made me unconscious. If it did, it only did it for like a second. I was like, what the fuck? And our sound guys and our camera guys ran over. They were like, bro, are you okay? What the hell just happened? I was like, I don't really know, boys. I just all of a sudden I'm on the floor.
Oh my god.
What did we learn?
And hey, I'll have you know, ever since then, like that room is no longer an analyst desk studio area. Like things have been remade since then. But for the remainder of like the year and a half or 2 years that was the location that shit was filmed in, there was a massive foam thingy wrapped around the camera arm for the rest of that time frame.
You know how you ever see like
I did that,
He
baby.
babyfied the studio.
you know how you
could've gotten
see like
workers'
those obscure signs that says "Don't do blah blah blah." You know it's because
Somebody did
fucked
that
up.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had
It's
to
like,
put
why
that
is there
sign up.
foam on a camera?
Yeah.
Couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
Or when you go to a government building and there's just a sign on one of the lawns like "Don't shit on the lawn."
Right? Don't
Who
like, what?
shit here?
Yes, I was like, what the fuck? Sometimes you see them.
They mean for the dogs, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Don't fuck the ducks that
Right.
you see in
Thrash.
the lake.
Thrash don't shit on it.
Yeah, Thrashy.
He's a good boy. He's very sad though with all the rain recently because it
Oh,
means
he's a
that he
sad
can't
boy.
Go out.
Thrash, are you
Aw.
listening to Lil Peep? Sad boy.
Look at him.
Sweet baby. He's so cute.
Oh, he's a good boy though.
Yeah.
But okay, Gina. So your future is you're gonna be producing your own stuff. What do you want to do? What is like the shit that you want to do that we can help you with, that we can support you?
Wow, this is like talking to your guidance counselor. As your last
Yes,
year.
high school guidance counselor.
Right?
Well, I see you have a 1.9 GPA and no extracurriculars. So, I mean, McDonald's is offering a
Yeah.
lot these days.
So like my guidance counselor in high school was actually really good, and she actually made me feel heard. And then she went and she got pregnant, and then she was gone during my junior and senior year when I needed her.
So you hate women.
And that's why I don't think women should get pregnant.
Yeah,
Right.
100%. I
Yeah,
agree.
Yeah.
Ruins
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
I don't actually remember anything from high school, almost.
We're going to talk about that in therapy, okay? Yeah, we'll talk about that in therapy.
I'm honestly at this point, I don't know what I want to produce, but there is something inside me that's telling me to make something, invent something, or like just invest in a business of some sort and just be like a silent partner behind it.
Oh, you
going
want to be the
into-
big dog.
Yeah, I'm leaning more towards just investments right now. But at the same time, I know that that's not going to fulfill me because I love working in entertainment and being in front of the camera and just doing crazy shit and getting weird call sheets and shit, you know? So it's hard for me to figure it out right now, you know?
I have an investment opportunity for you. Have you heard of this hip new podcast called Caster's Couch?
True.
I actually want to make money.
I was going to say, we're worth
Yeah.
about $3.
Yeah.
So it's cheap to get in, and there's a high potential.
How do you want me to invest in something that I'm currently a part of and I still have no faith in it?
By
You know?
subscribing to the Patreon on twitch.tv/Ovilee May, or you can give us $25 for the couch here or whatever.
I'm going to invest in something that every time I've been in, we've been on the brink of getting canceled.
I mean, I feel like that's part of the fun, you know?
Yeah.
That's
True.
got to be
Yeah.
part of
Playing
the
the
fun.
edge.
We've all worked on professional broadcasts with big budgets, lots of production, like multi-person teams, and all of those things come with the consequences of needing to make a competent product. So it's nice to just come here to the fucking rodeo and fucking put your cowboy hat on and just yeehaw a little bit, you know?
I agree.
I do miss things with production.
Yeah.
Like I miss production, good production so much.
Hear
I'm
that,
leaning-
Ian? She doesn't think that this is good production.
You know, when Ian left G4, I'm like, I love you, Ian. I hope we can work together again soon. This is not what I wanted. This is yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh my god.
Ian, don't leave me. Or you know what? Maybe we don't have to. But yeah, I miss highly produced things. Like it's so fun to me. It makes me so happy. I'm now currently leaning into voice acting and acting now.
Cool.
Yeah. So
That's badass.
my goal is to be in a video game. I have a potential set up already, a small one, but I don't know. Like the world's kind of my oyster now. It went from what the fuck am I gonna do to I have time to do so much stuff now.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like maybe invent something, or like I don't know. It's fucking
Invent a new tampon vibrator.
right, something like that.
Dude,
Like
I've been
something-
learning about them because of this show. I
Yeah.
will say.
Yeah.
I'm getting.
I suffered through that episode and immediately just
Suffered
forgot
or
all of
enjoyed?
it. Nope.
They're
Nope.
like parachutes.
Nope.
It sounds like you're not a very good feminist.
Yeah.
Nope.
Flowers.
I feel like
Oh, you're not a
sexist.
feminist.
2 episodes ago, I said fuck feminism.
Yeah.
Look, I think we can say that until
If you're a
it's
true Caster's Couch fan, you remember that, and you're drawing the through line with the plot.
true. But then during the month of March, to my women out there,
To
yeah,
us.
Women's History Month.
What's the women's?
Is that really Women's Month? Is this a real thing, or you just fucking?
It is
It's
actually
March.
Women's
March is
History
Do you
Month,
believe
yeah.
that women don't deserve a month?
I'm just saying, like, this sounds like some Hallmark shit, man. Like, what's going on?
And with that being said,
that means he thinks that Black History Month for us is also some Hallmark shit.
Yeah, you think this is
Yeah.
a Hallmark moment? Is that what you think?
Yeah,
That
I
sounds
feel
like shit out of
he-
your mouth, not mine.
I feel like he
I think I
walks
commentated
around-
on one issue, and you're saying I'm commentating on 2 issues.
I feel
and
like
I'm
he
not.
walks around saying all lives matter.
Do you
You
say
know?
that? Do you think all lives
Do you
matter?
think all lives matter, Lars?
Do you think all lives
What
matter?
the fuck is this?
Are you-